Hi, I'm Jim with Pour the Juice, and this is a Booker's Blind. Um, I like Bookers. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, but I'm also doing this because I have this bottle of the 2024 reserves purchased for me by my beautiful, smart, um, gorgeous wife, and I do enjoy it, but I feel like it's a little bit overhyped, and I wanted to see if that's true or not, or if maybe it just needed some time to breathe since the first time I gave it a try. Um, so what I have here is four different Booker's batches, three of them from this year, one from a previous year, which is my favorite Booker's of the last few years. So I do have that Reserves 2024. I have the Beamhouse batch from this year. I have the Springfield batch from this year, which is 2024-01, and I have Kentucky Tea batch, which is the third batch from 2022, which is my favorite of recent history. Besides the Infinity, I didn't add the Infinity in here on purpose. Um, Maybe I'll do another blind depending on how this goes. But to me, I feel like the Infinity is like heads above all the other Booker's products. Um, so I didn't feel it was necessary to put it in this blind. Now, if anybody sees this video and they want to see a new Booker's blind with Infinity included in it, I'll be happy to do it. So if it gets some attention for whatever reason, yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want that. Um, so I have these completely blind to me. I'm using the aged and what is it? Aged in ore blind set. So essentially, what you do is you fill up the glasses with the whiskeys, you tag them for what glass they're in, and then you mix up the glasses, you stick it in this holder, and you try not to look at the letter in the glass. I promise you, I don't know which whiskeys are in which glasses. Haven't looked at the letters since I mixed them up about 5 to 10 minutes ago. Um, I'll try not to look in the glasses at all. I'm not going to be looking at color of these whiskeys. I do know that the reserves is a little bit darker, so I don't want to give that away. I'll strictly be going by smell and taste to determine which one is my favorite. But here we go. I'm going to go right to left. I'll go back, probably left to right. Or what I tend to do sometimes is I'll go in order. I'll mix them up to what my preference was the first time, and I'll go in that order to see if I was correct. But let's go. Cheers. I did heavy pours on these too. Too heavy. Maybe not too heavy. It's good. It's a good Booker's. Sweet. A little nutty, not too nutty though. Not getting much on the nose. That's one bad thing about these aged in ore glasses. Um, they're not like the pointed tops like the Glencairns are. They have that kind of flower to them. It's a little more difficult to get a nose in there. Yeah, stuff. This one's a little bit less muted. This one's definitely more muted. So far, joint number one on the nose better than number two on the nose. Let's see about palate. Again, good. I'm going to say that for all of them. I do enjoy Booker's. I do have a little bit of a connection to Booker's. I may go into that in the future in a future video. But I do enjoy a little bit of nuttiness, a little bit of earthiness that you get from all of Jim Beam. So far, same thing. Palate and nose. I'm going with glass 1 over here. Let's see for glass 3. It's quite muted as well. Having trouble getting to it. Yeah, glass 1 is jumping out of the glass to me. Glass 3, it's tough because I'm trying to roll these and not see what's on the glass either because I don't want to see the letter give it away. Opening up a little bit now. Still not as pungent as glass 1. I think so far that's my favorite. Glass 1, still my favorite. This one to me is a little bit nuttier. Both glass 2 and glass 3, after that initial sweetness, does get hit with a little bit of bitterness. The problem with Booker's is that they are a little bit underage for the price. One day, maybe I'll do a video based on value for Booker's. But for $100 or for the reserves, $125, you're not quite getting that same age as what you'd like for the price. And that's what both B and C or 2 and 3 kind of taste like to me. A little bit underaged. Still great though, great whiskey. Glass 4. It's jumping out a little bit more the glass 2 and glass 3. That one's giving me a little bit more age characteristic right up front. If I was going to take a wild guess at all, I may say that's the reserves. Just because I am getting a little bit more oak, and I think the reserves have an extra year on them compared to most of these other bottles. Actually, maybe I should do that now. Let my palate come down. I'm going to switch these up. I'm going to put glass 4 in the glass 2 spot. I'm trying not to look at them so I don't see the letter on the glass. I'm going to put what was glass 2 in spot 4, and what was 3 is going to stay 3. So 3 is jumping what was glass 2, glass 4 jumped up to second place for now. So yeah, let's look at some proofs on here. The reserves is coming in at 125.9 proof, which, it's nice for me. I like a higher proof. We have the Beam House batch coming in at 124.6. Springfield batch, 124.5, just under that. And then the Kentucky Tea is 126.5. Kentucky Tea is actually the highest in alcohol compared to all of them. They're all pretty close though, within what? 1 percentage point, 2 percentage points? Yeah, 2 percentage points. Or no, 2 proof points, 1 percentage point. So they're all relatively close. And I get that on the palate. The only one that really shined to me was glass 1. It'll be interesting to see what that is to me. Should I go back through this way? Or should I go back the other way? I'll go back through from glass 4 up. What is that, glass 4? Now this is certainly coming off out of the glass a little bit more pungent, which is nice. This was glass 2. I enjoyed this, but it was a little bitter. It's nice though, it's sweet. Not as bitter as it was going through the first time. I'm not getting as much oak. Very sweet, almost floral sweet. I'm not getting any nuttiness on that at all this round. I may actually have to bump that up quite a bit. I don't know how it dropped down to 4. But we'll see. We'll see going through. It's a great whiskey. Not a great whiskey. It's a good whiskey. I'm just gonna switch them now. One's nuttier, not nearly as sweet. The bitterness from before is still there. I'm trying not to blow up my mouth too much. These are all very high proof whiskeys. It's easy to numb out a little bit and not be able to taste all the nuance that you want to taste. I really, one thing I love about whiskey is you have all these what ifs, these mysteries. You always hear such and such is better than the other one, and to me that's what I love. I love going through them and kind of seeing for my palate what I enjoy the most. And that's why I wanted to do this. The reserves just didn't hit as well as a lot of people's palates did. Let's go to the new glass 2. It's good. It's nutty too. A little astringent. This is tough. So then you second guess yourself. Is it astringent because you just had 3 whiskeys directly in a row? Or is it actually astringent? So maybe I'll go back to this one and see how I'm feeling. Excuse me. I think this will probably end up being what the final is for this blind. Maybe I'll go through one more time just to be 100% sure. Did a lot of flip-flopping here. But we'll see. I'm gonna taste number 1 again. We'll see if it's still number 1 to me. Just wanna let the juices flow a little bit, as they say. As they say. Still smells fantastic. The other problem with these high proof whiskeys and doing blinds like this is after a few tastings, just start feeling good and it doesn't really matter anymore, but we'll try. Yeah, to me that's number 1. It's not even really that close. This is really going to be interesting. There's always a point in a blind where I convince myself that I know what's in every glass, and then I'm completely wrong, which is fun. It reminds me of human nature. All right, let's try one more time. It's good. That's supposed to last 1. Yeah, very good. A little astringent though. It's been the biggest difference between 1 and the other glasses. Just a little bit of bitterness that goes along with the other Bookers in here. There's other nuances, but they kind of fall behind because of that. Give them that Kentucky hug. sweet, nutty. I think that's the right position so far. All right. Before this, gotta say too, thanks again to my wife. She got me that bottle of the reserves. The other 3 Bookers were actually gifts from my parents. So, Mom and Dad, thank you very much. You know, I love Bookers. They help me out with them. I can't get them where I am. Yeah, I'm sure now. Okay, drum roll. Let's see, what's in last place? Last place, C. Don't know if we'll be able to see it on camera. But C, it's the Springfield batch. It's 4th place. It's about what I expected for it to. 3rd place, B. B is the Beam House batch. Hmm. 2nd place, A. Canadian A. Is Kentucky Tea batch. Which means 1st place is going to be D. And it's going to be the reserves. So this is what I love about doing a blind. I was entirely wrong. I was thinking the reserves was going to finish after the Kentucky Tea batch, possibly after Beam House batch. But it was far and away the best out of these. I'm actually quite surprised. That's cool. Do this if you can. If anybody watches this, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this, but if anybody does, and you have the chance to do some blinds on your own, purchase the agent or thing if it's just you. If you have somebody to help you out with it, have them help you out with some blinds. But it may change your mind on a few things as far as whiskey goes. It may change your mind on your preferences. It may change your mind on what you thought about a whiskey. Whiskeys, as they open up, they get better and better. That's what it seems like is happening with this one for me. The first time I tried the reserves, I thought it was okay. 2nd time, I really started to enjoy it. And now it's beating out my favorite, 2nd favorite Booker's. Infinity is still my favorite. Maybe it is a good time to try that in a blind with the reserves now. But try it for yourself, see how it goes. You may surprise yourself, like I just did. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you want to see more, looking for encouragement. So hit the like if you did like it. I'm not going to ask anybody to subscribe unless you want to. But yeah, appreciate you watching. Thank you.